When my students took the Introduction to Physics and Graphing quiz, their best section was probably the first 4 questions about identifying the independent and dependent variables and the constants. The most frequently missed question was the constants question. They usually only circled 1 when they needed to be circling 3. On the second page, where they had to write a written description that qualitatively described the relationship between the variables, most students did very well on that. We practiced that a lot in class, so they did well. I accepted an answer of they only had to have one of the 2 options of the sentences, so that helped students out. In number 6, that is where we started having a little bit of trouble for students. The thing that students struggled with the most was probably writing the equation for the graph. I had a lot of students that stopped right at the y equals mx plus b when they needed to replace y with earnings and x with time, and then replace the numbers m with 70 for the slope and b with 350 for the y-intercept. Like this student did, she forgot to put units, so she got a point off for that. As you can see here, she edited that when she went through and did edits in order to take a retake. Another place that students struggled was for writing what the slope value meant and what the y-intercept meant. So in the future, I might give them a couple more problems with lines instead of giving them more parabolas and hyperbolas. On problem number 7, I had similar issues with students writing the equation for the graph, but for this one, I don't know if it's because it was negative or what, but I had a lot of students give me the equation y equals m over times 1 over x, and so I think in the future I would emphasize that lines can have a positive or negative slope. The m can be any number. Just in this case, it's going down. In the other case, it was going up. So that would be one thing that I would change in the future. For part C, I had students do a lot of different ways, and if they explained it, as long as they explained what they did, like this girl did here, that's all I asked them to do. The easiest way would be just to plug it into the mathematical model, but not a lot of students solved it that way. The last thing that I had students do was graph the Plotly graph on the computer. I think that was the easiest thing overall. Most students got 4 or 5 out of 5. And this girl here, she did not include a trend line and she used the line fit instead of the scatter plot, so she got 2 points off. But students had been practicing this a lot, so they did well on this section of the quiz.